and welcome back to Voice in Me, My Voice, My Choice, Week 4. I hope everyone is doing well and have in some way or another had the chance to use your voice to help others and yourself in a positive way. I promised you an update on last week's podcast with me standing up for my cousin for a post that she had responded to, and I supported her in it. Immediately after that, the person deleted both of our posts. And of course, my cousin went back and called the person out. But it was very clear to us that the person could not reason with common sense. So let's get back to this week. What did I use my voice for? This week, I used my voice to bring back the light on the oppression that women and young girls in culturally dominated places experience each and every day. I raised the concern that in certain Muslim communities and countries, women and young girls are not being treated fairly and equally, and this has now lost focus for many people out there. So let me give you a little bit more context. So let's get to how did I use my voice in this situation? Wars around the world destroy the civilian populations that have to reap the ramifications that a few elite create. But obviously, humanity has to pay for it. But there is also a silent war that women and young girls from many countries fight each and every day: the right to be treated fairly, equally, and to retain the freedom to live their lives as they choose. In recent months, the silent war has been diminished by the wars around the world, which have many other social media voices fighting for those civilians there. And so, a lot have forgotten the women and the young girls who are fighting every day to be treated with respect and dignity. So, when I was reading a post by the Malala Fund on Instagram that Malala will deliver the Nelson Mandela Lecture on December 5th in South Africa to highlight the gender apartheid in Afghanistan, I felt that as a woman from South Africa who was born into apartheid and lived through it, that I should reshare this or repost this, as here is a chance to highlight again what these women and young children and young women are going through. And also note that we should be fair to all and show support equally, even to the oppressed Muslim women and young girls who have been forgotten by most of social media. So you're probably thinking or asking, which I asked myself too, was it the best choice? In my heart and soul, yes, it was the best choice, as my faith is built on freedom and fairness, and with my passion to pay it forward, reposting was the right choice, even if only a few read it. But in my mind, I know many may think that, hey, she doesn't care what's going on in Palestine, and they are wrong. I do care, and I care deeply. And in my own way, I am doing what I can to help, support. But that does not mean that we should forget about the millions or billions of others who are also silenced by oppression. I hope that whoever did read it will remember those young girls and women, not only from Afghanistan, but from so many other countries and cultures out there, are fighting every day to not be dehumanized and have a chance to live life their way and be given back the choice to use their voice in living lives like you and I. So, what is the lesson that I can share? The lesson that I learned and can share is that many of us are blessed with good lives, and we can help so many more people out there. We can do our best to help both the people who are living generational wars that have no end and people who are living cultural, gender based silent wars who also need voices to help them when they can't help themselves. So, as I end this podcast, I appeal to many of you to not forget the silent wars that many are going through. It could be happening in your own home, community, town, city, country. And if we don't speak up for those that are silenced, then they will be silenced for good. Thank you, everyone, for listening to this podcast. I hope you return to listen to my future podcasts. And I really hope that this podcast and all the podcasts that I'll be doing will help empower others and even yourself in finding the best choice for your voice. Have a wonderful week ahead. Stay blessed and talk to you soon. Thank you.